Okay, so I think there were still a couple things perhaps that we wanted to check out around here, like looting a couple florins off people. And also, okay, we were talking a little bit about this in the comments previously, but are you serious? They don't use florins in Nilfgaard? That is just so ridiculous. I was deliberately not converting our currency, namely florins or orins, into crowns because crowns are supposed to be the Novigradian currency, not the currency that people use absolutely everywhere. You know, like you would think in Nilfgaard they would use the Nilfgaardian currency. But apparently not. So even when we make it over to like Toussaint, which I believe is in Nilfgaard, apparently not going to use florins there. So in case anyone was wondering why we hadn't done that yet, that's the answer. Oh, now that is a sword that existed in The Witcher 1. That one did. And it was a very good one at that. Let's check it out. It does have higher damage than our existing sword. Has better armor piercing as well. Doesn't have the critical hit damage bonus, which is unfortunate because... Or, well, it doesn't have as much. It has a little bit. But that is one of the key features of our existing sword, because we are trying to focus a lot on that crit damage. I mean, it's just a slight increase on the base damage, but the armor piercing does help as well. We get sign intensity from our existing sword, so it's really close. Think this Gua here, namely Gandalf's eagle, is perhaps marginally better for attacks, whereas the sword we've been using, the Griffin steel sword, is certainly better for signs. So, you know, take your pick. I think we'll probably end up sticking with the Griffin steel sword, but certainly still a good option here. And good thing that we did make a point of exploring this corner. With that in mind, is there anything else here that we should keep an eye out for? Loot-wise. There is still the glowy stuff over here, but I think that's... well, it's dried fish. And then there's this, which was the rotting flesh or something, right? Pretty sure? Yeah. So that's fine. And let's actually double-check what the trophy does, because I think we're going to end up having automatically equipped that, and it may or may not be giving us the bonus we're looking for here. Chance to find additional herbs? Yeah, seem like no thanks. Out of curiosity, how valuable is it? 250? Okay. Let us switch that over real quick. Presumably this is one that we preferred. Bonus experience from humans and non-humans. Alright. Sure. Now to find a way out of here. Easier said than done. No, hold on. What? Did we not just loot this? We did not, apparently. And it has some decent stuff as well. Relic rarity, Witcher Hunter's armor. Timeridium ingot. A little bit of florins, meteorite ore. Okay, yeah, good thing we made a point of double checking that. I thought that was the section we had poked our head into already and where we got the sword, but apparently not. Yeah, this place is devious with all the little side areas that look really similar, so you think you've gone in them, but then you realize that you haven't. Those were the eggs that we destroyed. So, just gonna keep a little bit of an eye out. We did go down there. That's where we saw the other eggs. Yeah, now it just says collect our reward. Just saw the marker on our map. I was like, what are we supposed to be doing that for? Also, hold on. Before we do this, we should reactivate Killer Whale, otherwise we might be about to suffocate. Okay. Let's head back over here. Oh, we didn't make a point of meditating to get it back. So, sprint. Sprint through here. Go, Geralt, go. We were asking ourselves previously, is it possible to make it through here without a killer whale? Well, we're about to find out. Because we don't have any choices here but to go that route. I think if we're speedy enough, it will be doable. Looks like it's going to be manageable. Nope, that's the opposite direction that I was telling you to go in, Geralt. Geralt. Oh, no, Geralt. Don't tell me you just got stuck in there. Okay, well, Geralt's insisted on making that interesting. But, we are out now. And I think we've done everything over here as well, although perhaps now that we've actually fought the major enemy, Worth just taking a quick check here. I think we did. Looking at all this stuff, though. We go here? What? Oh, that's interesting. That's actually where we fought the boss, if you will. You can see its remains. It's interesting how it is visible from there. Even at the very beginning of this zone, you get a little sneak peek if you have your eyes peeled. Yeah, this is potentially worth cat potioning real quick. But I think we've done all this. It's over here, yeah. Okay, let's head back then. Not sure what that was. This is our ladder. Come on, Geralt. There we go. So yeah, interestingly enough, actually turned out that wasn't that difficult of a boss to fight once we did set up all of our stuff. Okay, now we gotta deactivate the cat potion, otherwise we are gonna go blind here. Let us break out another white honey. Which is what? This one? Yeah. Let's replace Golden Oriole. I mean, Golden Oriole basically... Okay, that's the opposite of what I meant to do. This is what I meant to do. Golden Oriole, that is a majestic place for you to be, Roach. That looks so cool. Anyways, really don't want to move you from this spot. Like a statue. But, okay, where is the person that we initially spoke to? Just for frame of reference here. Oh, at the Crossroads Inn. Why is there a... Huh? There wouldn't normally be a question mark here. That's thrown me off a little bit. It's a different kind of question mark than the kind of we would normally see. Not like the, you don't know what kind of thing you're going to run into. It could be a bandit camp or a guarded treasure type situation. That's entirely different. The other thing is that we did see the trolls in this cavern. And I was saying how it might be worth checking out. Let's just double check if the creature from Oxenford Forest, I mean, that's going to be in a different area, right? That's not going to be those guys. Don't think. That's over there. It's actually not that far away, but not that far away. Let's just take a brief detour here to head over to our custom marker, go back into that cave where we seemed to see some trolls there. And I wonder, because at one point in time we went down there, didn't see anything. I wonder if maybe those trolls are only there at a certain time of day. Perhaps the first time we tried searching there, we were there in the wrong time of day, and therefore they weren't showing up. Well, hello. Did we run into you previously? I feel like we had a chat with you before. So maybe it is an extension on that conversation. I don't remember that. Oh, I don't remember it well. I vaguely remember it. Yeah? Oh, did we... We talked to them, and then they wanted to sort of pick a fight, but then we sort of talked our way out of it? I vaguely remember this. It's a while ago. And it was pretty brief, but let's give it a shot and just see what it was all about. Worst comes to worst, we'll reset that save. What is your deal, rock trolls? Remind me. Did you wanted to fight, but then we talked you out of it, and so now you're not going to fight us? Or is this the place where we rescued Taller? Previously, it might have been. It might have been. I think that might have been it. Because he did have some trolls that were trying to basically hold him for ransom or something, or eat him, right? I think that's the answer. Okay. So at least that's an answer for that. Roach, you are back here. Or, if nothing else, a reminder why that is the case, that area is not actually grayed out. So let's go back to following the actual quest marker here. Oh, hold on, hold on. No, this is the wrong one though. This is the one for the Oxford Forest. We want this one, which I believe is in the opposite direction. Yeah. And we'll walk into a tree, and then we'll head on over. Okay. That's more like it. Hey, hello. More trees to walk into. My pleasure. Roach, could we perhaps just pick up the pace a little bit? Thank you. You should be able to keep all your stamina if you stick on the road here. Possibly? Also, this is the wrong way.
Let's go.
Come on. There we go. Okay. More enemies here, but I'm suspecting those are probably just dogs or bandits or low-level ghouls or something. I mean, this is Felon, right? So it is, in theory, most of the time a pretty low-level area. The few exceptions being the enemies that we just fought. It's been a long time since we were exploring some of the more obscure locations here in Felon. Let's see. Over to this side, and do I even remember? Oh, right, Crossroads. Into the Crossroads. Gotcha. Oh, no, it's... Oh, bunch of drowners. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. So, yeah, why is there a question mark here? That's what confuses me. Normally, it would just give us the typical blue, or not blue, like goldish circle next to the place where we're supposed to go, because the question mark normally suggests that something new is here, not something that is going to conclude this quest line. So, don't really know what to make of that. I think it's you that we're chatting with? Yeah. Person that we initially spoke to so long ago. Yeah, so here's the thing. There's only one person who survived this whole encounter. Or two, including us.
I have bad news. And Eric has killed your brother. If it's any comfort, I avenged him.
Comfort? Of course it's no comfort. When I told Michael, why are you so eager to help strangers? Sit your arse down, or there'll be misfortune. Well, why are you still standing there? Can't get your fill of others' misfortune?
Can't get enough of it.
I prefer porridge and gravy like everybody else. Pay me and I'll go buy some.
Oh.
You brought Michael back alive.
Is it even possible? I mean, it's not like there were many ways in which we could have done that differently, right? I think this is just, you're basically guaranteed to fail, at least in that regard. And, so we can say we risked our life, or we can axie them to give us the reward. I'm not going to beg. So we say we're not going to beg, we're presumably not getting our money. Say we risked our life, maybe we can talk them into giving us a little bit. But I think, giving me the reward, we're gonna probably guarantee that we get at least something. Now, there are, of course, many other people in this establishment right now, in this tavern, in whatever it technically is. So they might take notice of this. I don't think there are any, like, Radavids or guards or witch hunters. I think witch hunters tend to be the ones that take most issue with us doing this, so we'll have to see if this comes back to bite us at all, but we'll give it a shot, at least.
I'm due a reward. Give me some coin.
A reward? Aye. You're due. Here.
Okay, 200 experience points. That's pretty good, and 315 points. Okay. I mean, we may have negotiated that a long time ago, because, again, this was one of the first Witcher contracts that we ever got. Then just had to wait forever to actually do it. And because it was such a high level, I was going to say, this one, we were probably expecting to get more out of this, reward-wise, than many of our other contracts, so that would kind of stink if we got nothing in return for it at all. Okay, and so next, I mean, the main quest would, of course, take us back over to Triss at the Passiflora, but I think before we do that, we want to do our other Witcher contract, which is actually a little bit of a higher level. It is... Oh, these are the the DLC side quests, they have blue, and that's how we know. Go say, what? New stuff that we forgot about? No. This one's level 35, which is... I mean, it's just 2 levels above us, so we've certainly done that before, but this is still might be the highest level quest we've ever tried. It's the creature from Oxenford Forest. Talk about the contract with the mercenary Hans. Mercenaries are usually the ones getting paid for killing things. This time, however, she was on the other foot. A certain Hans of Sidaris, a soldier of fortune by trade, namely a mercenary, had made it known far and wide that he would pay a handsome sum to whoever could defeat the beast that had made its nest in the forest outside Oxenford. Geralt decided to take on the job. Okay. So, we do still, it would seem, need to negotiate the price on that contract. Are we actually at this fast travel spot? Probably were, but just to confirm. We will truthfully activate it here, and so you're at that spot there. It looks like the herbalist's hut is probably the closest to you. Let's try that. Okay. Can't say I remember this herbalist, but sure. I mean, maybe we even take this opportunity to quickly sell some stuff to them. Hello.
Hey there.
We have played you at Gwent. Hear about the notice? Are you the one who did the notice for the Oxenford Forest Beast person, or is this something entirely different?
Hear about the contract.
Whew, a taker at long last. Poverty in everyone's lips, but when you've a job to give, no one's eager. Folk are lazy, that's the truth of it.
Stick to the point if you don't mind.
Right. Sorry.
Where are you looking, Geralt? What? Like looking out the window as he's talking to you?
Been so long without any word. It's my apprentice, Falkert. I sent him to the Dead White Wood.
Oh, is this actually one of the DLC ones?
Foy's farmstead. I'd run out of hand fiber, see, and the damned stuff grows thick as weeds there.
We got a lot of
I
that.
guess. Hasn't returned.
Yes, no, he hasn't. Please, find him and bring him back safe and sound.
Okay, we may not have time for this now because I'm not sure what quest this actually is. But sure, we'll look for him. I just wonder this could potentially be one of the DLC ones that we were saying that we didn't necessarily want to do right now. If that is the case, then we probably can come back and do this on a later occasion. Probably isn't time sensitive, but we'll see what we find out when we do actually accept this, and presumably gives us some kind of quest update, right?
No promises, but I can certainly look for him. Any distinguishing features? How will I recognize him?
Got to think on that. Well, he's a halfling, as I am. Light hair. Will that do?
It'll have to. So long.
Okay, without a trace, yeah, that was one of the DLC ones, right? It is. Okay. That's technically part of Hearts of Stone. So we would like to not do that. At least not immediately. We'd like to do that along with other DLC-related things, and all that stuff is probably going to happen after we finish the main quest from the main game, the base game. So, just in case, I mean, we're probably fine. My guess is that in all likelihood that's not actually time sensitive, and if we go and do the main quest now, we probably could still come back to this later, but just in case, let's just see if we have a, like an autosave from when we fast traveled over here. I think we do that just to be safe. Just in case, because if this actually does cause us to fail this quest by going off and doing other things in the meantime, then that would take a ton of redoing things. You know, if we basically had to redo the entirety of the end of the game just to make sure that we went back in time and did not accidentally fail this quest, then that'd be a bummer. So in that case, I was initially thinking we'd just talk to that guy for a second to see if we could sell any of our herbs. That's not really urgent. So we'll head back to our primary objective, which was to chat with the actual person with whom we are expecting to negotiate the actual quest we want to do now. What are these people here? They're bandits? Okay, I mean, sure. No, sorry, Junior is over in Novigrad? Yeah, you got the wrong guy. I don't know what to tell you. You all close range people? Yeah, you are. So, you know, we can pretty much just throw in the Igni here and there. Excuse me? That was rude. Okay. Anyways. As for the actual person we want to speak with, they are not far. Have we been here before? I'm actually not sure if we have. I feel like there's a non-zero chance there would have been a fast travel spot here. At the very least, there is both a whetstone and an armor bench. We use those. And I'm not actually sure if we can take these or if these guys are technically guards who would get mad at us. Let's not test our luck here. Let's chat with you instead.
You post the notice?
I did indeed. Hands of Sidaris, mercenary captain. Know of a monster that needs slaying. You interested?
Probably. Let me think about it. Sorry, can I get back to you? Nah. What kind of monster are we talking about here?
What kind of monster are we talking about?
If only I knew. It was like this. Got rid of it to hire me and my company, but he's been late with the pay the last weeks. And I'll be damned if we're to risk our lives for free, like hell.
Couldn't agree more.
So, can you pay us,
Are you
though?
gonna tell me about the monster?
Yes. We arrived here, encamped. Then it turned out some beast prowls the area. Snatchers cows and the like. Reckoned we should help the local boys, so we grabbed our weapons and set out. Me and Kurt one way, Gerd and Henk the other. Gerd and Henk never returned. Whatever it was, it got him. Jobs for a professional, clearly. So Kurt and me, we chipped in for a small reward, hoping someone's willing to help the locals, avenge our comrades in the process.
Awfully noble of you.
Yeah. Mercenaries, we've our honor too.
Sure about that?
Well, Master Witcher, what will it be? Will you take the job?
Let's talk about the price real quick.
Let's talk about the reward. About how it's just not enough right now.
Okay, so for reference, we just did the previous one for 315, and this is 2 levels higher. At one point in time, we did work out what seemed to be some kind of formula, if you will, for what appeared to be the highest possible rate you could get for any given Witcher contract, depending on, or based on the level of that contract. And it seemed like it went up by 5 coins per level. So that would mean that 325 should definitely be safe. That would be assuming that we hit the mark perfectly on our previous contract, which I'm not sure we did, because this looks a little bit low. Thinking we might be able to go up to 330 here. Let's try this. No.
A bit too much, mate. But just a bit. We might still strike a deal.
Yeah, 325 might have actually been the right number in that case, although I don't remember if this was actually the case. I remember asking this previously, but I don't recall what the answer was. As the annoyance level goes up, is that just an indication of how close they are to outright dropping the deal? Or does that actually mean that as their annoyance level goes up, the value that they are willing to accept goes down? So, like, maybe initially 325 he would have accepted, but now that he's a little bit annoyed, will he only accept 320 or 315 or so on? We might be about to find out.
I'd have gone to hunt the beast myself.
Okay, I think that was the perfect number then.
Hard luck, so be it.
Okay. Let's do it then.
All right. Where do I start looking?
South of here. It's where we split up. It's where we last saw Gerd and Henk alive.
I swear, we've heard the name Gerd like 20 times. There's Witcher Gerd. There's Gerd outside one of the inns on the outskirts of Novigrad. There's this Gerd. Okay. Let's check here. Where exactly are you sending us? You said south. We actually have been there previously. We did explore this area a bit before. you go further north, then we start getting to the places where it's DLC territory and it gets much stronger enemies here. I mean, even 35 is around what the level that those enemies were, in addition to some that were quite a lot, actually. They were question mark, so maybe we don't mess with them too much. Although, I mean, I think like some of the bandit camps were level 34 Fallen Knights, I think, was the general area in which we saw the enemies. So, back when we first saw them, that was a serious undertaking, trying to take any of them out. We were like level 24, maybe. And we did fight a few in some very long fights, but now it is probably doable. Tell you what, if this is all our area, that's actually a pretty useful herb to get a lot of. We'll just take a second here to go a little bit out of our way to pick up a little bit more of it. Okay. So, examine where the monster attacked using it with your senses. And you said you don't have any clue what type of monster we're talking about here, which is a little bit unfortunate. Now, there is a level 12 bear that we don't really need to fight. Sorry, Senor Bear. Didn't mean to disturb you. If you're still going to chase after us, then we may need to fight you, though. But it doesn't look like it. Those are wolves, it would appear. That is right around where we're looking to go. Let's drop another save as we're heading over here. And we're now in the circle. So examine which are Witcher senses, and this is looking like the stuff we need to find. Got some blood. And some humans. And that's actually the blood, Geralt. That's not the human. This is the human.
Claw marks, bite marks, armor ripped to shreds. No
Okay.
sign of another corpse.
Airwolf, maybe? Yeah, there are supposedly 2 people here that they lost. But if we're only seeing one, then it looks like our circle has expanded a bit. And we're probably looking to find some remains of Hombre Numero Dos. Any red? No, that's still yellow there. That is, though. What do we have here? Oh, that a severed arm? I believe that is a severed arm.
Flying monster.
Huh?
Gripped the second body in its claws. Didn't quite get everything to its nest.
Griffin, then? Something like that? Oh, hold on. What's this? Got blood?
Piece by piece, follow the thread.
No, that's the other quest, following the thread. That's actually the one that we deliberately tried to avoid. Okay. Follow the blood trail using your Witcher senses. Do you have any insights yet on what type of enemy we're dealing with? I mean, some kind of flying enemy, yes. And my guess is that means that we're talking some kind of griffin. Maybe a draconid of some variety. Those tend to be the things we find that fall under that category. I suppose harpies of some sort. It's also possible, though we really didn't see much of any of those in Velen. That was primarily once we started going over to Skellige that we saw them. Sirens as well. I can't imagine that we'll be running into sirens here. Okay. Out of curiosity, which direction are you sending us in here? Because, like I said, we did explore this a bit previously. Near the Aramis' abandoned manor. A little bit north of that. Okay. Interesting. Oh, hold on.
Tracks end here. Damn birds must have picked the ground clean, but they've already found the rest of the corpse, probably. All I gotta do is follow the cawing.
So we're looking for some auditory cues. Follow the ravens. Ah. Okay. Yen? Is that you? Yeah, there's some kind of... This is looking like it's going to be a hill with a griffin nest on it.
Thin rachides, sparse after feathers. Interesting. An arch griffin.
Yep. An arch griffin. Okay. Oh, Pinnacus. Check it out. Oh, and we got 25 experience? Okay. That's not much yet. What can we learn about Opinicus, though? You're what? A hybrid? Yeah. Oh, Pinnacus, here you are. Killers of various stripes, mercenaries, knights errant, ambitious lawmen. Ambitious lawmen? Try at times to compete with witchers as monster slayers. This usually ends in a massacre that not only does not solve the problem, but in fact only makes it worse. The beast walks away from the fight unharmed, enraged, and out for vengeance. Such was the case in the mountains outside Oxenfurt, where a powerful Griffin had made its nest. Once again, it fell to the Witcher to clean up after amateurs. He knew neither Igni nor bombs dealing fire would have any effect against this fire-loving creature. Really? I don't think we've ever heard that before for Griffins. Fire-loving creature? A little strange, but you would also have to look out for its acid, which can eat through even the thickest armor, leaving one vulnerable to its razor-sharp talons. Okay. So that raises a few questions for me. Does that mean that Igni still lowers their defenses? Like, is it still helpful to throw out an Igni at the very beginning just to make it a little bit weaker? Or does that do nothing as well? Because it sounds like it's going to deal 0 damage. That much is for certain. But if it sets up some higher damage from our attacks with our sword, then that's still probably worth doing at the beginning. But it's unclear if that's the case. And then the acid. And thing that I'm not sure about with that is you're highlighting how it eats through our armor, but is it still a poison that we could potentially heal from if we were to use the Golden Oriole like we did against the Arrakis not long ago? Or does it actually just damage our armor a particularly high amount, in which case do we end up repairing our armor mid-fight? I'm actually not sure we're allowed to do that. I think the game might stop us from doing that whenever we're in the middle of combat. Let's see, we have Grape Shot, Hybrid Oil, that makes sense, and then our... So typically, things we would do against a flying enemy, yes. This is true, maybe with the exception of Grape Shot, that might be a little bit more unique to the situation, but let us... Oh, we're going to have to equip that. I also may or may not have started to throw a punch at precisely nothing. So... Where are you? Grape Shot. Inflicts shrapnel damage to foes within its explosion radius. Deals fire damage, and you're saying this is a fire-loving creature, so fire will not do anything to it? Okay, that's a little bit odd. Damage ignores enemy armor. That is nice. Destroys monster nests, sure. So let's maybe get rid of the Devil's Puffball, I suppose, because I do still like using the, what is it, Northern Wind? Yeah. Even if it isn't necessarily supposed to be the explosive of choice against this type of enemy, I do really like the way that it slows enemies down. Makes it a lot easier to actually attack them. So I think we hold on to that, and then let's make sure... Just take a quick look at our weapons here. Like, this could use a bit of a repair. Not a huge one, but maybe just a couple of the 15%ers would be perfect. And we do have enough to do that. Right? Yeah, because you're at 70% now. Do this a couple times. Should be up to 100. Get all of our damage back on that. Then armor-wise, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's totally fine. Yeah, it seems like our armor has been holding up really well. I don't know if that's because we've been doing a better job keeping up our Igni, or just been fighting a lot of weak enemies that we've been taking out before they get much chance to hurt us. But yeah, we might find that the armor durability goes down a lot in this fight, depending on how exactly that plays out with what they were saying with that acid eating through our armor. Yes, there is us throwing that punch. Okay. Draw the sword. And, ooh. What's up with the color? Is that from the oil? I actually never noticed that the oil gave us the additional effect on the sword. I noticed that when you put the not signs, what's the correct term for it? Like the rune stones? Yeah, when you put the rune stones in, it does make it glow a bit. But I didn't notice the oil. And I'm guessing that's actually the wrong oil that we have on right now. Yeah, probably. Left over from the insectoid. So we're looking for hybrid. And that is... Where? Where did it go? Here it is. Yeah, so that's 50% damage. Of course, we're going to want that. Like, does the color of this change? It looks like it might even change. I think these are pretty similar, but this looks like a little bit more of a reddish orange than we had previously. And if we had one of those oils that was green or blue, then it might have been more obviously a different color there. But yeah, I'm surprised I didn't notice that before. And now, I can only imagine you guys probably go, Liz, how did you not notice that before? Yeah, okay. Maybe it didn't seem all that important to me. Let's also save. We may have just done this, I don't remember, but we are presumably about to head into a very big fight. Find the Griffin's nest. Yeah, I think we might be looking at it right now. Hello! Return after dark.
The nest.
When the Griffin is in its nest.
For leftovers.
Oh, dear. Mercenary Contract. Okay. Let's read up. Dear Master Hans of Sidaris, I've decided to accept your condition that the fee for the beast's demise be paid in advance. The reward you demand, however, 6 full purses of crowns, continues to seem quite excessive to me. The 3 I have included with this missive should be more than suffice for you and your crew. Note that I expect a quick and final resolution to this monster problem. Could you determine if you are not up to the task, I expect you to return every last copper in advance, of the advance I enclose, under the penalty of flogging and imprisonment, and to immediately leave the area. On behalf of the City Council of Oxenfurt, Klaus Van Trunk. So basically, the City Council of Oxenfurt, the Oxenfurt government, is telling, told the mercenaries to go sort out this monster problem, and they were going to pay them several purses of crowns. Then, obviously, this individual was not able to do that.
Contract before I did. Got the reward up front. More than they're paying me.
Ah, that was going to be my question, though, is how did that actually compare to the price that they were saying they would pay us? And the answer is they are paying us less than they are getting in return. So I do see there are some enemies over here. I'm curious what they are. They are random bandits. Hello? So, if in fact those bandits, or not the bandits, but the mercenaries were going to get more money from this contract than we were, is there any way in which for us to say, turn in, what? Oh, I set under fire that I honestly did. Okay, you set a fire in the middle of a bush? That's on you. That's not on me. I was just trying to walk over to pick up these herbs, and you were the one setting the fire in the middle of the forest. Also, what is this? Oh, we've been here. Yeah, this is the Aramis location. Okay, yeah, so it's quite close to that. But, yeah, I do wonder if maybe upon completing the actual, or actually fighting the monster, if we can turn that into the city council at Oxenfurt instead and perhaps get more money from them, or if we can renegotiate with the mercenaries either now or once we slay the monster and say, hold on just a second here. We know what the deal is. We know you're cutting us short. By any chance, does it have any side objective here? It doesn't. It doesn't say, like, optional. Talk to the mercenaries again. I am kind of intrigued. What if we deliberately just take a visit there for a second? See, so they're back here. It's a little bit of a trek. We could even use this fast travel spot to fast travel over here, which is a little bit closer, but then by the time you incorporate the loading screens, that may be roughly equivalent. So let's just walk this one. And, or maybe roach this one. More accurate way. More effective way to do that. But yeah, I think it's maybe worth just at least checking to see if it's possible to renegotiate with them. Because now we know that they were deliberately giving us a bad deal. Something is chasing us. I think it was just a wolf. Okay, so they're over here-ish. Kinda, sorta. Ish. Yeah, this little palisade wall area. Okay, so I'm just curious to see if we can renegotiate it all. May very well not be possible.
Any progress?
No. Okay. So yeah, in that case, we'll see if after we complete it, if we have that choice, but at least as of this moment, the answer is no. And we do need to come back at night. I'm pretty sure it's like middle of the day right now, so probably means that we ought to meditate. We're actually not that far away. So let's go, what, like 11? Huh? Oh, we can't meditate when we're on Roach? What? What are you talking about? You got something against Roach? Seriously. Rude. How dare you?